Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new edition of Message of Hope. And today I have the pleasure to be with Kelly Mabel, who joins us from Vancouver. And she's also a three principle based coach who likes to work with communities. Welcome, Kelly.
Welcome. Thank you, Martine. Great to have you invite me here and join you in this.
Well, thank you for your time. And I will ask you the infamous question, which is how does having this understanding, how does that help you in time of stress or anxiety or COVID?
hmm I first want to say that I just love the simplicity. I love the simplicity of it being just one question because that brings me back to the principles, how simple this understanding is when I'm willing to see it in the moment. I feel that the three principles of understanding have brought so much change in the way I see things. I see things in the moment. Even the quick switch of uh, the conversation of on the spot, feeling on the spot. You know, people might consider, oh, we're here and we're in Zoom, and there's some thinking about being on the spot. Yet, really, it's just an in the moment experience. And Sydney Banks, the founder of the Three Principles of Understanding, he would say if people could just let go, release the fear of their experiences, they could see and live a fuller life. So when I consider fear, stress, worry, anxiety, and I think of the principles being part of that understanding, it's like me sitting in me, fully present, and being in the heat of the fire. So maybe there's something in front of me like an argument, or maybe there's a circumstance that isn't creating the happiest place. Maybe there's a stressful decision that's needing to be made. And so I'm seeing more and more that when I sit in my presence, sit in that place where I'm just in the moment, there can be fires burning all over the place, and I can execute in those fires clear decisions, finding clarity, finding that place of pause where action and reaction don't have to be my immediate go to, my knee jerk experience, and where I think that stress and worry can be seen for what it is, which is just a passing thought, a place where I can see myself getting caught up in my thinking and take a pause. Take a moment to just sit back and say, wow. You know, I sometimes go, ha, you caught me. You know, where like it's a sneaky little mouse on the side of my shoulder. And this stress comes sneaking up to talk to me. And it's like, hang on a second. I've seen you before. I know where you come from. And I sometimes get caught in it. You know, sometimes that little mouse starts circling itself around me.
We still remain human, no? We still remain human. And but the beauty is that you don't get caught so caught up for so long or for as long or as often.
Yes.
But we're still human.
Yes. It's the time frame. I think the principles have helped me. When we see that experience crunching up, you know, and it's, I feel that the more I've been part of the principles, and, you know, I think you and I have been, you know, we've been circling the rooms for quite a while now. And the more I see and hear and listen to the experience that was given to me, sort of put on my lap, really. I fell into it. The more I see it, the more I realize that when that little mouse comes to talk to me, it's choice. And I realize I've gotten a lot calmer. I'm just not as revved up. My state of mind sits, you know, between a 1 and a 5 most days. And even this morning, I went to the coffee shop, excuse me, the grocery store, and I was coming home from a nice walk in nature. And it's been 4 days now that every store in my locale has had no creamer. So this particular creamer I use, it's non-dairy, and I've gone to 7 stores and there is none. And so yesterday I phoned the company and I said, hey, is there going to be any delivery soon? What's happening? And oh, your stores aren't probably ordering enough. And I'm like, okay. So I went back to the store and I walked in and I said, can I talk to the manager? And it was just interesting how people immediately go, oh, like as if it was a problem. There wasn't going to be any problem. I was just but I was really aware of this person's disposition when I said, hey, can I talk to the manager? And she's like, oh, okay. And so, then they're on the radio, Linda, manager, can you please come to the front?
Like being called to the principal's office, right?
And so I said, hey, yeah, like I'm just here to talk to you about this creamer. I've come to the store like 4 times this week and you don't have any. I'm just, I'm almost ready to go black coffee. So, and her experience, like I said, so are you Linda, the manager? And she goes, no, I'm Susie, the vice manager. And I'm like, oh, okay. How can I help you? And I said, well, I'm just looking to, get some creamer. But I noticed when we were talking to the delivery guy, I said, would it be possible to order more? And he started to get a little bit revved up. And I was like, okay. And I was seeing myself like, no, I couldn't, because on the shelf, there's 3 spots. There's original, vanilla, plain. And I said this one, but I couldn't see which one it was. But I knew where it sits on the shelf. And so I just noticed that, in that moment, I could feel my heart getting a little revved up and it was taking me a little bit because he wasn't understanding me. And I immediately felt it. And that's the principles. I could see that there was a conversation going, kind of in the moment. And I could see that I just needed to put some love on it. So I looked at him and I said, hey, Andrew, like whenever you get that creamer in, could you just let me know? And he's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And it just, everything came back down and my state of being. And that's what the 3 principles does. It not only applies to me in my feeling. What have you ever had that type of experience where, you get there and then it's like, and my awareness of my heart was kind of speeding up a little. And I noticed Andrew was getting a little stressed. And I was just like, what would love do right now? I think we need a little love for myself or for them. And it just diffused the situation in 10 seconds. They got my phone number. I walked out of the store with no creamer, but I trust that they're going to call me when they get some. But that's in the smallest of ways that the principles has taken over my life in such a beautiful way.
And we all one. So your calmness, because of vibration or frequency, that's probably not quite creepy, but still, it does reverberate. It does have an impact to the other person that is in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And as far as how revved up I am, the beautiful thing about the practitioners and the psychiatrists and psychologists and all the doctors and everybody that's in the medical trade that support 3 principles is that every time I listen, inclusive of yourself, Martin, every time I listen to something around 3 principles, whether it's this particular conversation that you're delivering or anyone's for that matter, I get to see more for myself, for my own learning, my own clarity. And then that vibration, that's what took over in the creamer shop. That's what, and I've made it a 1-line focus. Like I've just sort of beelined into that 1-line experience where the 3 principles has been my path because it's been giving me such a quality return for a while now. And so I've just decided that this is the place I want to do most of my learning and support others to be awakened to their own wisdom and understanding on how they can show up in the world and see things anew and create different experiences for themselves.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kelly, for your time. And if people want to find you, where can they find you?
So I'm offering opportunities for people to listen just like yourself, and it's called kindmindacademy.ca. And all the information of beautiful practitioners of three principles are there. You can also find me on Facebook, Kelly Mabel. And the landing page, kindmindacademy.ca, offers complimentary conversations for all people at any area, any place in the world to come and join.
And it's true. Beautiful conversation.
Yes, it is. It is too.
Well, thank you, Kelly, for your time.
Thank you very much. And namaste, and more to come in the hope of this understanding.
Yes.